In this video, I'm going to be talking about how the SWOLE nerd from Physiques of Greatness, how he should have handled his haters. So that's Vince G, for a lot of you guys don't know, way back in the day. Quick backstory, so I remember when I first started lifting weights, I was like 16 years old. I was big into YouTube, you know, I thought YouTube was where it was at, you know, the Hodge twins. Then you had, you know, tons of other YouTubers, guys. You had Tiger Fitness, you had lots of YouTubers, you know, coming out. Big J's Fitness, you know, Ronnie Coleman was still pretty big. I think people back then just on YouTube, no, Ronnie Coleman wasn't on YouTube, but all his videos were kind of popping then. They were like really, you know, up online and people were watching them a lot. And this is way back, probably like 2012 maybe, 2010. And like YouTube was just massive, you know, they had all these different YouTubers, fitness YouTubers, and one of the main ones, guys, was Vince G and Chris Jones, Physiques of Greatness. Amazing channel. I think they got up to something like 600,000 subscribers. At the time, there was like 300,000 subscribers, but they actually were one of the biggest YouTubers, not for like subscribers, but definitely for content. I would watch their content religiously, you know, because they had a lot of good content. Chris Jones, you know, absolute jack dude, and Vince G, right? Vince G. So whatever happened with him, the last video he put up, I was just scrolling through YouTube, was one talking about, on the SWOLE nerd channel, was one talking about where the F have you been, also new products. So in my opinion, guys, this is how he should have handled the haters. So number one, Vince G, you know, the reason people started to hate on him was because his channel started getting really big near the end of his YouTube career, we would call it, you know, because they actually, you know, made a lot of money. He was, I watched a Chris Jones video talking about it. He made a lot of money in that time that he was online, and you know, when he started really getting big is when the hate started just piling on. So mainly where the hate came from, guys, was people just talking about his physique, you know, because the channel was called Physiques of Greatness and he didn't really have an amazing physique. People saw that as like, you know, hypocritical. You know, how can this guy talk about fitness when this guy has a quote-unquote bad physique? Now, I actually don't think Vince G had a bad physique. You know, if you take a look at him here, I actually think, you know, he's a pretty swole dude, you know, the SWOLE nerd. You know, the reason they called him the SWOLE nerd was because he was kind of awkward. Now, I know he's irrelevant and this video may be irrelevant, but I actually want to take the time and talk to you guys about how he should have handled these haters. Being, guys, is that Vince G didn't look that bad. What he should have done, though, and it would have been a very easy fix, is if he just did a slight cut. Now, everyone was like, Vince G, why don't you cut? You know, and I know you shouldn't do anything for anyone other than yourself. Me thinking, honestly, he had a great physique, you know, just holding a little bit of extra fat, we'll say. And it doesn't matter, you know, if he didn't want to do it, I'm not telling anyone, you know, if he's happy with his physique, it's fine. But all he had to do really to quiet everyone was just go on a slight cut. He was pretty jacked as it is, you know, he had abs and stuff. If he just went on a slight cut, lost like 10 or 20 pounds, he would have literally, all those haters would have not stayed quiet, because that's not what happened. He had like an order 66 brought up on him by some people, but which is like an attack for people that don't like you know, YouTube bullshit. It's like an attack by other YouTubers on YouTubers. But what should have happened is he should have just done a slight cut with Chris Jones, because Chris Jones would cut and bulk, and it would be really easy. You know, he had a very good foundation. He's probably been training for about 5 years before any of this bullshit happened. He had a great physique. You know, all he had to do was just do a mini cut, and he would have just like completely just, you know, regained all the love. And everyone was like, that's not as simple as that. But for this particular reason, this is all I saw as the problem. You know, that Vince G should have cut, you know. Okay, guys, point number two. So the reason that he got all this hate brought upon him was because he allowed it to come into his life. He actually said in a video, quote unquote, yeah guys, pretty much the haters just got to me, you know. The haters got to him, like, you know, really sad case of affairs, because they were actually one of the biggest channels. You know, if Chris Jones just said to him, hey dude, the reason why we're getting so much hate is because we're starting to blow up, which was happening. They only had like 100,000 subs and then they got 300,000 subs. So the reason they were getting all this hate was because literally they started to blow up. If he just ignored that bullshit and just kept going, kept posting every single day, then he would have been amazing. But you know, that didn't happen. So that's one of the other reasons. Reason number 3, guys, he wasn't posting enough. You know, when you post every single day, you get attraction that brings a good audience to you. You know, and you keep that audience with your content that's related to fitness in their case. You know, he should have just done this. Looking back, you know, I stopped watching his videos also because he would just keep posting videos, and I wasn't a hater. You know, I just didn't like really that channel after a while because they split. You know, Chris Jones and the SWOLE Nerd split. But for some reason, you know, he just wasn't posting, and then he'd post really sporadically. And every time he would post, he'd be promoting something. You know, guys, fans can smell bullshit from a mile away. People watching the videos are what make your channel, and people can smell that bullshit from a mile away. And with the fitness industry really being shit as it is, I don't think people even wanted more of the shit back then. You know, they just wanted to see a good YouTuber lift weights, eat a lot of food, and that's about it, guys. Fitness YouTube way back in the day, 2010, 2016, was very easy. All you had to do was just show that you were genuine, show that you lifted regularly and uploaded regularly, you know, and say somewhat lean. For some reason on the internet, guys, this is point number 4, just before I go on a ramble. For some reason on the internet, unless you're totally cut, people don't really care about your YouTube channel. People don't care about your Instagram. You know, you have to be in insane shape to make any sort of waves in that industry. And I can understand how that happens. You know, a guy talking about something should know what he's talking about if he looks a certain way. But a lot of the time, guys, that's not necessarily the case. You know, a lot of scientists, people that bring you health nutrition, look like crap. And it's not necessarily because they don't eat what they're eating. It's because necessarily those foods make you skinny or make you, you know, they don't make you jacked. Like, you know, to be a super healthy guy, in my opinion, you know, having a low-fat diet and, you know, carbs, lots of carbs and a lot of protein would make you be healthy. But guys, just having that on its own doesn't make you really healthy. You know, you also have to train super hard and be super dedicated, you know, which a lot of people aren't, i.e. scientists. So that's why, guys, I think the SWOLE Nerd really fucked up on his YouTube, you know. He really didn't portray the image that Physiques of Greatness was trying to push at the time. Physiques of Greatness was an amazing channel, and for them to get any more traction was pretty much just destroyed at that point, as Vince G decided to not be part of it. I also do have great love for Vince G though, because if it wasn't for him, Chris Jones would have never gone into YouTube, you know, and that would have been a big downfall, because Chris Jones has his own channel now, which is completely blown up, and we all know how that's gone. You know, really great channel. But anyway, guys, you know, Vince G, the SWOLE Nerd, definitely what he should have done about the haters. Now, guys, I'm gonna give you a little extra tips. So this is just for people in general. For people in general, you know, talking about haters, people ask me that sometimes, would you be afraid of you to go on YouTube because of haters? Guys, it really means nothing to me. You know, if people hate, they can comment on every single video. This video sucks, you suck, you suck, on every video. Just like every video. It doesn't matter to me. I'm still gonna be posting here every single day, whether people like it or not, you know. It doesn't matter, because it brings me joy and it brings me happiness, and I like posting about different things. So if you enjoy a process, it doesn't matter about other people. Whether you get no views or not, guys, you need to just keep posting and keep your head down and keep focused on your goal, you know. Nobody got anywhere listening to people that hate on them. Now obviously, guys, there's a difference between constructive criticism and haters. You have to take constructive criticism into account, because if you don't, you'll never learn from anything. Anyway, guys, not to be sounding too condescending in this video, which I'm not trying to be, but these are just some tips on how to ignore haters, guys. You know, haters are just there to hate, guys. As Eminem says, critiquers are just there to critique, you know. That's just their job. They'll never do anything, just critique your work, you know. And I know I review things and I do stuff like that, but for the most part, I kind of know what I'm getting into. I'm not going to go reviewing things that I think are bad, you know, because, you know, that would kind of not be as satisfying, you know. I like helping people move up and helping people to motivate people to hopefully help spread their information, because a lot of the time music and entertainment brings joy to people's lives. So that's why I think, guys, Now, sad case for affairs for the SWOLE nerd, because he left YouTube 5 years ago and he hasn't been seen since. You know, will he ever come back? That's long done. But just a little reminder of what happened back then. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't mind haters, guys. Just keep going with whatever you were doing. And haters can be anyone, guys. You know, whether it's online or in person. Ignore the hate. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. If you're focused on a goal, don't mind anyone. It doesn't matter. It's just noise. Alright, guys. Hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll check in with you guys soon. Peace.